We know that you were born magical. We know that you are intuitive, and we know that you are brimming with everyday enchantment. Here at the Sisters Enchanted, we believe in intention, we believe in intuition, and we believe in everyday magic. Welcome in to the Expedition to Soul podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Expedition to Soul podcast. I'm Anna, co-founder here at the Sisters Enchanted, and as always, I'm joined by Sarah Milne here for our weekly astrology forecast. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. If anybody knows me, I accidentally started shuffling with some cards facing one way and another way. Now not all backs are showing, and some cards are showing from the back. So, Sarah, you go and you tell us what's going on.
I know that I'm a Virgo energy. No, can't deal with that. So anyway, this is the first eclipse. This is a big week astrologically because it's our first eclipse of the year. So we know that we have eclipse seasons, and they involve the same signs. My brain went from with all those kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? They involve the same signs through eclipse season. So we have eclipse season this year with Taurus and Scorpio, that kind of like that polarity there. So we have a solar eclipse this time round, so with the new moon in Taurus. So this is all Taurus energy this time round. We have a Taurus eclipse, sun and moon both in Taurus. So this is the first of this eclipse season. So this is kind of like exciting in itself, and it's the beginning of this season of change that we're going to experience on that kind of like polarity during this year. So eclipses are markers of time and change. So that's why I say we have this beginning of an eclipse season, and they bring to mind things that we haven't realized before. So a solar eclipse is a super strong new moon, and a lunar eclipse is a super strong full moon. And so this is a super strong new moon. So we talk a lot at the Sisters Enchanted about making intentions with the new moon. So it's a super strong new moon. So this is really important to make a important intention. So if you think about that new moon energy, like kind of souped up, super strong, like you want to make sure that you don't waste that with just a little intention. So don't waste it on an intention that isn't so important. Don't waste it on a throwaway intention, and don't waste it on an intention that you know full well that you're not going to realize. Like sometimes with the moon, I've done it before. I make an intention, right, I'm going to do that, I'm going to finish that book, or what, I'm going to do this. You know full well it's just not going to happen. It's not realistic. It's not something you can integrate into your life at this time. So make sure that you make an intention that is going to be achievable. And we're in Taurus. This is Taurus. So an intention perhaps that is just a small step. We talked last week about Taurus and the bull and the small steps. A small step in the right direction. So maybe something small, but that small step, like think about that one small step for me, big huge giant leap for mankind statement. That's something like that. This was a small step, but it was at the same time a giant leap because that small step had to be taken. And so try and make an intention where that small step is the hardest step. Once you've made it, you're going to be able to like really take great steps forward. So I would suggest that you if you haven't got a birth chart, pull up a free birth chart from astro.com and look where Taurus is, and maybe make your intention around about, so whereabouts a Taurus is in your house, which house Taurus is, and kind of like how it relates to the area of your life. And if you need some help with finding that, then you can pop onto our Facebook page, Expedition to Soul Facebook page, and we can help you out. We can put a post up about Taurus this week, and we can help you out with that. So that's my first tip. My second tip, as I've said, make that big and important intention that you can then break down and work through the eclipse season. And this can be your first step. So maybe something that is going to take you the year to achieve, and this is your first step on that journey now. And write your intention down as well, and brainstorm things about realizing it you've not thought about before. So if you want to make an intention that perhaps you've made before but you haven't been able to achieve, then write that intention down and brainstorm everything you can about it, all the things that would help you, all the things that get in the way, and then maybe pick something from that brainstorm to focus on to make your intention for this lunar cycle. So they're my tips.
So as is becoming a theme for the Astrology tarot pulls. I have a duplicate card. Come off me.
Yeah, we're getting these duplicate cards.
Yeah. So today, this is the Illusory Tarot. It's not available anywhere. I've had it forever. This is the Queen of Pentacles and the Fool. I'm holding them like this because there's some artistic nudity on this card, and I don't want YouTube to yell at me. I'm all for artistic nudity, but I don't want YouTube to say that we're not being appropriate. So this is the Queen of Pentacles and the Fool, and I like that we're talking about intentions, and we're also talking about this kind of solar eclipse energy, and the idea is that this is like a good time to really start thinking about maybe like a higher level intention, almost more like a solar goal, which is something. So like an intention is something that usually you can do quickly over like a small period of time that you like intend to do. And then like a goal or a bigger intention is something that you need time, you need to like chip away. It probably has more than one step to it. It's like, I want to do this, but I have to do like A, B, C, D first before I can do goal. And I love this. And I especially love this Fool card because it's kind of like, it's time to choose like who are we going to be? So this Fool is got endless opportunities of like who they are, what they're going to do next. And so this is a great time to be like, okay, who do I want to be? Like what goals do I want to put out for myself? Because working towards those goals are going to help shape like who I'm stepping in to like this season into this eclipse season. And the Queen of Pentacles is like, yeah, we're going to nurture that heck out of this goal. Like pick what you want to be and let's like really nurture it. This Queen of Pentacles, when you see the full card, it's actually very much to me kind of talks about, it kind of has like the energy of kind of like breastfeeding, bringing life into something. And so it's, like choose, like what put your best face forward. And what's that going to be so that you can really nurture that goal, breathe life into it, and take and gather the momentum to actually like make it happen. Like you were saying, brainstorm it, write it down, get moving on it, even if it takes you a year from now. But find that, put your best face forward and actually like go towards that and let it really grow and let it really nurture you and you nurture it and have it really come to fruition. Because oftentimes we don't hit big intentions or big goals. And it seems like this is a really good time to really like steady into it. Like really steady into it.
Yeah, absolutely. The eclipse seasons are, but particularly Taurus being involved in this eclipse season. So yeah, absolutely. And I will say that in the show notes, in the blog that accompanies this podcast, you will find a little bit more information about this eclipse season and kind of like how the other dates in the season. So if you're going to be looking at making some intentions that align with a goal that will kind of align the season, there will be I've got some notes in there for you about the other eclipse dates coming up within this season. So, and how to use the eclipse as a whole.
Yes.
In there.
Yeah. Speaking of intentions and goals, we currently have open enrollment for our Holistic Witchery program, where we actually help to pin down an intention that goes along with your cycle here for Holistic Witchery. And we work towards that through all of the courses, all the parts of the program. And we help you along the way. And there's lots of support. We talk all things tarot, moon, energy centers, everyday magic. Ooh, it's so good. It's such a great and thriving community. It's one of our favorite things. I mean, it's our favorite thing we do at the Sisters Enchanted. I mean, so is everything that we do at the Sisters Enchanted, but we don't open enrollment often or every day. So this is your chance to join us for Holistic Witchery, get community, get a course program chock full of information at I think a price where you can't find anywhere else for this cohesive amount of information with as much support and community as we have here at the Sisters Enchanted. So check it out, holisticwitchery.com. Email us in magic@thesistersenchanted.com if you have any questions about the program at all. Sarah Milne or I, or our very own student success sorceress, Christina, will answer you. If you have any questions about the program, we're here to help, and we want to see you in Holistic Witchery. So check it out, holisticwitchery.com.
Absolutely. yeah, I'd see that. It's such a good, as well as learning all this cool stuff, it's such a good program. I mean, the whole kind of like way it's structured is a program of real deep self exploration and self development and helping you to live an intentional soul led life. And so it is life changing as well as all that information. So
that was so good. That was so good. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of the Expedition to Soul podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.